Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, heroes in a half shell, turtle power. I just absolutely had to get that out of my system. I will be reviewing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze. No, wait, sorry. From Out of the Shadows. I felt like a kid again. I felt like I was 10 years old, going to the theater, watching this movie. It was 10 times better than the original. In story, plot structure, plot detail, character development. The Turtles were excellent, of course. And now we got the inclusion of Bebop and Rocksteady, two of the most iconic villains in the entire Turtles franchise. And here they are, big as life. And it cracks me up every single time. You know, I was like, I'm a rhinoceros. What are you? Like, let me look. I'm a little piggy. All kidding aside, this is, again, a kid's movie. It was done by Nickelodeon, so you know it's going to be a kid's movie. So there's going to be a buttload of exposition given way for children to understand. Now, as a child, I didn't go out of my way to try to figure out what something was or how this happened in a certain way. I would watch the movie again and I would pick up on it later. I didn't need it figured out right there as it happened. And even if I couldn't figure it out, my mom or dad were right there watching it with me so I could ask them questions later. Now, that granted, there are situations where I would watch something and, of course, I would retain it better than my parents. So for me to ask a question, of course they wouldn't understand it all the way through, especially a kid's movie like this. This is a movie that they did not grow up reading nor watching like I did. So, of course, I picked up on everything. There was so much nostalgia here. I was giddy the entire time. There were children laughing in the theater, and I didn't care. Usually when this was happening in theaters, I would get so pissed off. I would be so frustrated. But in this movie, I didn't care because I was laughing and talking throughout the entire film because it was just so good and so funny. And I keep hearing rumors that they may not even make a third one because no one's going to see this. I don't get that. It's a kid's movie. What do you expect? This is a movie that your adult self would have taken your child self to go see, and you both would have enjoyed it. Raphael got to do his thing. Michelangelo got to do his thing. Leonardo had some demons he was working on, trying to figure out how to lead these turtles, and Splinter was there helping him out this time. Splinter wasn't just an asshole. He wasn't a bully to his 4 sons / students, and he was actually giving enlightening thought and guidance. And that always hit me hard from the originals. When Splinter spoke, you stopped talking and you listened. His voice was just so perfect. Just the way he spoke and how slowly he got into a sentence and a statement and how proud of he is of all 4 of his turtle sons. You could feel it. There are occasions when I don't feel that in this, but I don't think Nickelodeon was trying to go out of their way to be sympathetic and emotional. I think they just went out of the way to try to make a fun turtle movie. Shredder had more of a prominent role in this, which I liked. I wasn't too happy that he didn't get a final confrontation with them at the end of the film. I'm hoping they're going to save that for the third one, if they do make a third one, because I feel that's coming. You know, you didn't really get a confrontation in the first one with him, because most of the fans, like me, knew that wasn't Shredder. Even if it said that was a Roku Saki in that Shredder outfit, I know it wasn't Shredder. That was a white man playing Shredder. I'm not going to get into that. I really don't want to. Krang was in it. Krang was funny. I loved his body suit. I loved how he looked, that he was in the belly. I loved all of that. It was hilarious. Him talking to Shredder, hilarious. Finding Bebop and Rocksteady, turning them into Bebop and Rocksteady. I loved Bebop and Rocksteady. Their back and forth was great. They seemed like actual friends, not just a couple of henchmen that Shredder picked out of a hat. It seemed like these two guys were good friends with one another, and they decided to do this together because they wanted to be more powerful bad guys. So when they got the mutagen and they transformed, they're still looking out for one another. And you see that in the film. At the very end of the movie, like a bomb goes off or a grenade explodes. And then you hear the voice of, "Hey, Rock." He turns over to him. "Yeah, Bates. My man." They're looking out for one another. And I love that. I love that about them. Because you want these guys to stick around. And it is so funny when that they can just snap and turn into psychopath mode. They were both making fart jokes 1 second, and the very next second, Splinter says, "Go after those turtles." He's like, "You got it, boss." And then they both just ran after the turtles and beat the crap out of them. It was great. It was great. The plot of the film was to open up a portal to Dimension X and get Krang and the Technodrome to New York City. The idea was to get these pieces that are on Earth somewhere and bring them together. And Baxter Stockman was going to do it. Shredder got the Foot Clan to go after these pieces, and he got Bebop and Rocksteady to go after these pieces, and they decided to bring them all together. Now, obviously, in this plan, the Turtles failed. The entire film. Every mission that the Foot Clan went on, they succeeded. The Turtles failed. I love that, because they are still not the best Turtles that they can be. I feel like they're trying to do something special with these films, especially since this is a completely different director from the original. Thank God, in my opinion. One of my favorite scenes, which I think is the most unrealistic, is actually, of course, the plane scene, where the Turtles jump from one plane to another to stop Bebop and Rocksteady from succeeding in their mission. The Turtles jump out of a freaking airplane. Raphael, of all people, is afraid of heights. He doesn't want to jump out of the airplane, which I think is hilarious. He is the toughest turtle of the four, and he is afraid of heights. I love it. One of the other things that bothers me is that Raphael is always the one that shows the most character depth, the most layers of all four turtles. April actually plays an important role in this film, and I love that. They're giving her an actual job in this film. She's not just a reporter. She's actually becoming a spy or a sleuth detective for Donatello. She infiltrates organizations, gets information for him. I love that. She is useful. I love it. Finally. This is great. I am not a fan of Casey Jones. I love Stephen Amell. I love Oliver Queen. I love Arrow. This is too much like Arrow. He has short hair. He has blonde hair. He has a little bit of facial hair. This is not Casey Jones to me. This mask he puts on looks like it's too big for his head. This guy doesn't look like he watched too much hockey and bad television to want to go out and fight crime. I'm not seeing that with this character. There isn't a lot for Casey Jones to do, but I wish they would have done more with what they had. I can't blame Stephen Amell for that. Again, I like Stephen Amell. You're good. I hope to see more of you. I hope you get longer hair. I hope you get a better mask for 3. I want to see the Casey Jones I grew up with. I'm just saying. Vern played an important part in this entire film, too. They gave him a purpose. I like that. And the one moment where he's actually needed, he is still useful, which is funny. I feel like I'm rambling on now. I couldn't say more positives about this film. If you have a child that's around the age of 10, I'll say 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, I think they're going to love the movie. If they watch Nickelodeon on a regular basis, if they watch the show on a regular basis, they're going to love this movie. They're going to love Bebop and Rocksteady. Take them to this film. And if they actually like the film, show them the originals. Show them 1. Show them 2. Hell, just for the hell of it, show them 3. 3 was my least favorite. Let's show them 3 anyway. Show them the cartoon you grow up with. I love the Turtles. I love the Turtles. I will always love the Turtles. And in retrospect, I hope all you fans out there give credit where credit's due and love the Turtles too. Not Michael Bay, though.